tell you why. It's because of the people, because of these products, and because of the processes. We know that this is the best place for people to build an online business. So I'm so excited for you guys to hear about this tonight. Obviously, partnering with our team with Wes Bewley, Ashton Beisel is a huge home run, but Justin Prince is one of the people and the reasons why I personally felt more scared to stay with my previous company than I was to come over here and start something brand new. Justin Prince is a really good friend of ours, a major family man. I'd spent a week out, in Utah with his family, and he is even better in real life than he is online. If you happen to follow him, he's an incredible person. And the thing that I love about him is the fact that he has field experience, you guys. Being the founder of a company and knowing exactly how it is to be an affiliate or a distributor or a social marketer, with no one on your team, with no customers, and to build all the way up. At one point in his career, he was the top earner in direct sales over every single person. So having someone like that as a founder, that's not just looking at like the bottom line, revenue for the month, but the individual person, and making sure that it is a healthy company for forever is very, very important to me. And if you're looking at a company like this, you need to be looking at those things too. So he is absolutely the best founder I've ever got to partner with. And the reason why I'm so confident to share this with you tonight, we also have some incredible people on our corporate team. Write down these names, Google these guys, because they are the absolute best of the best. And they're why this is already the biggest launch in direct sales history. And these are some of the guys that are making all this happen behind the scenes, but they're also a part of our everyday work, and they're very hands-on. Like I have their cell phone numbers. It's kind of crazy to be able to have, them have our backs and help us build this business. So you guys, the people are absolutely one of the biggest reasons why your success here is guaranteed. Our team specifically, our corporate team, you could not have a better situation, okay? So let's talk about these products, okay? We're not going to spend a whole lot of time. I want you guys, if you're taking notes here, write down previewpeptides.com. Previewpeptides.com. This has a great short video that will explain to you how all of these products work. We're going to share with you guys some results that people are getting with these products because they absolutely work. And just a little like high view of peptides. So peptides are actually cell signaling, right? They can actually get into your body and signal to your cells and tell your body exactly what to do. They are 7 times stronger than any supplement out there because they work with what your body already should be naturally doing. And that's why these results are almost like, is this real? Is this real life? It's really crazy. So we have products that help with inflammation, helps with muscle recovery, muscle building. We have products that help with weight loss, body composition, appetite control. Hello, I'm going to share with you guys my personal results here in a second. You're going to be blown away. Okay. Hydrated. I'm actually drinking this right now. I do not drink water anymore. I drink hydrated because I crave this stuff. It's incredible. And then we have an energized. Okay. So we know the energy drink like situation in America, you walk around and everybody's got their, things in a can that they're drinking all day long. This is so much different. And when someone tries this versus what they're currently drinking for energy, they're going to be blown away. We've got some great stories about this too. We have a product called Focus. That's a peptide. And this is actually one of like our hidden gems because it literally helps moms who have like crazy busy days or high executives sit down and be way more productive. So once you learn a little bit more about these products, you're going to be like freaking out like I am too. One of my favorite products, you guys, and as I share my story here in a second, here's my pictures. Let me just talk to you guys about Calm. So Calm is one of my secret weapons. I've been in the health and fitness industry, since 2009. I started out as a personal trainer, got into some health coaching, all that kind of fun stuff. I know what to do. I know how to lose weight, but it seems like, okay, these are my actual 90-day progress pictures here. I'm embarrassed to share this, but I'm only sharing this because I love you, right? But literally, I know how to eat. I know how to exercise. I was still eating healthy. I was exercising consistently. My body just like stopped working. And I really think that part of the reason was because my cortisol was all out of whack. And your cortisol is your stress hormone, right? And so when you have a lot of stress in your life, which building this house was a little bit stressful, I think that was part of the problem, that my body just stopped working. My metabolism stopped working. I had no energy. It was all bad. But these products have actually absolutely been a game changer for me. I always tell people like the last thing I want to show is my butt to the world, but you can't suck in back fat. So I'll do it just to help you guys out with this. But obviously these products absolutely, absolutely work. But I want to introduce you guys to my friend Hannah here real quick. I'm going to stop the share so she can hop on here and share a little bit. And we've got some other people on here maybe who might want to share as well.
Yeah. And hey, Heather, real quick, while people are unmuting, do you mind throwing up that screen that we were just at with a picture of Lexi? Because what you were just talking about is about the peptides. They're one of the most powerful molecules in the world. And so some of these testimonies that you're going to hear about are so incredibly powerful that they truly seem unbelievable. And as soon as we see Lexi's face again, I want to just read a little testimony from her because I know you guys have felt like this before. And for everybody else who's going to be sharing a testimony in just a minute, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourselves so we're all in the same place. We're going to hear from a variety of different people tonight. And oh, there's Lexi. Yay. And I know that you all are not only going to resonate with some of these results and the feelings that people are experiencing, but you're also going to be thinking of other people who these peptides can serve. So this is my good friend Lexi. She's actually on the call right now and just unable to unmute at this moment. And so you can read her testimony here on the side about waking up actually feeling excited to start the day and no longer dreading the scale and all of those things. That's great. But what I want you to see is her face in these two pictures. I mean, you can raise your hand if you've ever felt the way that she appears to feel in that first photo, right? This was before peptides. And of course, she has had absolutely incredible results that she could always tell you about. But look at the face, and it really explains how she's feeling. Because what I noticed with these peptides overall is the very first thing that you experience when ingesting them is a change in how you're feeling. And I don't know about you. You can put when you see her face and comment too, put what you think she's feeling. I feel like she's feeling some sass. I feel like she's feeling pretty good. And this is just an example of how these products truly make you feel. So I asked a few people to share tonight with testimonies and their product experiences. And part of the reason that I said make yes to make wellness was because of the results that my family was experiencing. Two of the most important men in my life were having results right away. It was my dad and my husband. So tonight, my dad is going to unmute and share just a little bit about how Make Wellness has helped him with arthritis.
Hi, guys. I've had arthritis in my hands for like 20 years. And due to lean and fit, I can work every day, not have to have a cool down day or anything like that. And the other thing, since I started this, I've lost 11 pounds. So that's a big win for me.
I love it. And, you guys, 8 years ago, I moved from home to Central Texas, and coming home, you notice things changing for your parents over time. I was gone for, oh my gosh, I'm going to cry now, for 7 years. And watching his hands curl over time and then being able to see him open his hands wide is just so, and oh, look at that. I mean, it's so incredibly powerful and just a really strong testimony. So I love that, Dad. Thank you so much for sharing that. And then a friend, Toby here, I see Toby and Kristen there. Toby, I love your story because you are somebody who's consistent in going to the gym. And tell us what Make is doing for your results at the gym.
It's the one of the bigger changes I've seen lately is I started taking the Calm consistently, and that's when I started seeing a change in my midsection. I've always been pretty lean. I've never been a heavy set guy, but once I started consistently taking the Calm, I could actually see I could actually see my abs. And then I also I've been on testosterone replacement therapy because my test has been real low at the age. I think I started taking that when I was 40 or 39. And I didn't see any results from the testosterone, and I took 2 cycles of it, which is a full year. So this last time I took a cycle of that, I paired it with the peptides, and that was the game changer. Like that's the only thing I changed. I've been on at that point I'd already been on testosterone for a year. Didn't notice my sleep improving, didn't notice my fitness, didn't notice my energy levels, and I started taking peptides and huge energy level change. And then this last time I was always on a bigger pellet because I was bigger, and this time that because of my size and how lean I'm getting now, they put me on a smaller pellet because I don't have enough area around my midsection to hold the bigger pellets. So Like that's just somebody looking at me with a shirt on. They're like, you need to go down in pellets because you're too small. So like it's definitely it's stuff you don't see because you're looking at a scale. But I assure you, if you're consistent with this and that's the only thing you change, you will get results. You just have to stick with it. I didn't change my eating habits or nothing, just peptides. So
But you also have degenerative disc disease.
yeah, and my back pains, knock on wood, is subsided to the point I can sleep in my back, my stomach, my sides now. I used to only be able to sleep on my back. Um, it would take me 5 minutes to get my shoes on if I was woken from a sleep to do a call in the middle of the night. Yeah, there's like I said, the recovery and then my back and then the leanness I'm getting from this. Like people say, my face looks thinner. I feel better. I have more energy. This is diesel.
I would say your lifts too, your squats and your
Yeah,
deadlifts.
I PR'd on every big lift. So my bench, deadlift, squat, and shoulder presses all went up to weights I'd never been able to achieve before. So yeah,
I love it.
I'm a true believer in it for sure.
I love it. I love seeing all the weight pictures and PRing day after day after day. It's super awesome. And then Jamie has a really unique story. And Jamie, when you unmute, do you mind telling, just for the people here that don't know, before you talk about trigger finger, can you tell them what trigger finger is?
Trigger finger is older people get it. I'm 61, and basically, when you wake up in the morning, you get a finger that stays like this and doesn't want to move. After taking the peptides for about a week, I have no problem moving it in the morning when I wake up. It's fine. I don't even feel it anymore. Along with all the arthritis in my hands and my wrists gone, it's amazing, amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Like trigger finger was totally new to me. And once I heard Jamie's story, I started seeing it everywhere on social media. It's like that time that you get a new car and you think that you're the only one that drives it. And then suddenly you see it all over the road.
Oh yeah, I get ads on Facebook for everything. Try these gloves, try this, that, this medication, and this is the only thing that's ever worked. So this is perfect.
I love it. Who knew that all you needed was the powerful molecule of a peptide? So speaking of powerful, I saved one of the best stories for last. And Morgan, if you want to unmute, I am so excited to hear this testimony from Morgan and her husband of their journey on Make Wellness Peptides.
I'm Morgan. This is my husband, Will. So I'm going to let him tell his story.
How you doing? I'm Will. I'm a lineman by trade. I had a pretty gnarly accident about 3 years ago. Shattered both my legs. They considered it like a car crash as how bad they were. The biggest issue I have is pain in the right ankle and left knee. It's debilitating as far as it's changed my life big time.
Yeah.
As far as not being able to do anything with the kids. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll help him out. So yeah, it's definitely changed our family dynamic, his accident. He's gone through, I'm not good at going through all of what he's been through.
Sorry, I'm back. So since the surgery, I've had 6 total surgery on both legs. They want to do a ankle fusion on my right. I have less than 30% cartilage in my right ankle. I have a torn LCL in my left knee and a chunk of bone missing as well from impact. So my left knee is unstable, muscle fatigued, just insane amount of pain to go throughout my day. As a lineman, it's very physical. But recovery time has been the biggest thing for me. I work hard and I'm able to come home and not be absolutely just miserable or have to use assistance with a cane that I'm not proud to use all the time, but it is what it is. So I want to do everything I can not to get a fusion because who knows what that's going to be like after that. I'm able to provide for my family now, and this has just been a game changer as far as being able to lose weight, down 15 pounds since I started 2 months ago. Recovery time's huge. Inflammation has gone down. I still have a softball on my right ankle, but for the most part, it feels better.
It's gone down a little bit. It's gone down for sure. I wish I had a before and after.
Yeah, we didn't really think about that. I wish I took like measurements actually.
His
of my of my joints. But the biggest thing is just like recovery time. And I used to be a big energy drink guy. At minimum 2 a day because I'm working 10 plus hours, working super early. And now I really don't even drink them. I might have one or two if I'm pulling a long day and have an early start the next day, to where I'm pulling 14 hours. Next day I'm working another 14 hours, and those are the days of those are my cheat days. But most of the time I'm pretty good. Those drinks are delicious, and I'm super picky when it comes to supplementing my energy drink addiction. But they really help, and I'm super happy that my wife came across this company, because it's been a game changer.
We researched different therapies for him, trying to avoid the fusion, more surgeries, and we had been looking into peptides for a while, but we just didn't really know, like, how do you pick it? How do you just find I don't know, how do you find a peptide that's going to work right? And so when this company came along, I was like, okay, this is like silver platter. What else can we use? So,
oh gosh, what a powerful story, you guys. And Morgan, that was like the perfect segue into how Make Wellness takes the guesswork out of peptides. So thank you for that. And anybody else who maybe like shed a little tear here, I kind of joke a little bit about how I've been crying every day since joining Make Wellness, and it's all happy tears, right? It's just so much impact, so much power. You've heard about the people behind this company that's incredibly powerful. You've heard about the power of this miracle molecule that is the only cell signaling molecule in nature, and how powerful it is. That's why these results are so incredibly powerful. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the plan. So some of you are here because you're wanting to learn more about the peptides. You knew the testimonies you were going to hear tonight and knew that they might be something that could affect you and your family. And some of you are here because you already have been trying these peptides and you're wanting to learn a little bit more about the plan. How is this a business, and how are we taking off with this? Heather, is this something you want to chat about here?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that if I could just like open up my heart and let you see it. I know 10 years ago when I had like literally, I was on a phone call learning about this industry, very skeptical, because I always viewed it like a Mary Kay company where you had to buy all this inventory, and I was broke. My card was getting declined at Walmart. So like, how could I need to make money. Like I was so afraid that I was going to have to go spend all this money. Right. And I remember just talking to the person I'd never met before, but somehow I ended up on this 3-way phone call. My kids were in the bath. My husband was working the third job. I didn't know when I was going to get to see him again. And we had no money in the bank. And I just kept asking her, like, what's in it for you? Like, and I didn't know what I was needing to hear from her, but I just needed to know that someone was going to help me, because I didn't know. I still don't know how to do a PowerPoint. I've been clicking around here just hoping I don't close it out on you guys. But like, I didn't know how to make a slide. I didn't know how to do a story. There was no stories on Facebook. I didn't know how to do anything in this industry. I went to school for something way else, like different, but I needed income. So what I needed to hear was that someone was going to help me. And if I could I don't have time to show you everything that we have, but I promise you, if you decide to partner with us as an affiliate, we can guarantee your success if you will be coachable, if you will be consistent, and if you can communicate. And there is a little bit of a hunger aspect. Now, I will say this, I love to work and I love this business. I love this company. And when I see that something is possible, I'm going to go get as much of it as I can for my family, because I know what's possible. But I do want to let you know that if you're just here and you want to help other people and make a little bit of money, there is a place for you here. So whether you want to make $50 a month or $500,000 a month, it is possible. And it's possible because we have systems in place for every single person, whether you have experience or you have no experience. And literally tonight, you can get signed up. It takes 2 minutes, and you can, get through our launch system. It takes 30 minutes. You can get your first customer tonight. You can get your first daily pay tonight, right? So, when I look at this slide, I just want you guys to know that it's real money. You can get paid every single day, which if I had this, you guys, 10 years ago, and this is when I will cry, because I worked so hard. I'm one of the hardest workers you'll ever meet, but I found myself in a season with little babies going to Walmart and my card getting declined over 5 times. And I'm like, we work 7 jobs between me and my husband. Like, what else do we have to do? So if I knew that there was a daily pay to where I could buy my kids the diapers or the ice cream cone, or, buy myself a new bra and not wear a maternity bra after my youngest is 5 years old, I would have loved that, right? So that's why I'm on here tonight. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. So I just want you to know, like, you might see some things or hear some things that are like bigger than your eyeballs, but I want you to know that this is a real business. you can use this as an opportunity to help a lot of people and absolutely change your financial future forever. And you can do it really fast, is what I'm really excited to share with you.
So let's talk about what this opportunity looks like right now. We've seen the power of the products. We've seen the people. You are hearing that Make Wellness has a plan. We know exactly what we're doing. We know exactly where we're going. And we're going to take so many people with us. But take a look at just what this market looks like with peptides alone. So the peptide market surpassed $46 billion in 2024 and is expected to reach over $90 billion by 2023. And here's what I want you to understand about that is that the peptide market has been largely dominated by these synthetic peptides because it's been the only choice for more than 40 years. So I just want you to think about what's going to happen when the world learns, just like Morgan and her husband did, when the world learns that we can take all of the guesswork out of peptides. A great thing about all natural bioactive precision peptides is that not only are they non-injectable, they're not expensive in comparison to synthetic peptides, but in addition, you can get more than one peptide delivered into your system at the same time, which is how you're hearing of these dynamic and incredible results. So we don't have to wait to see results, and we have all of these peptides bundled together for you in a super simple system. We literally have a turnkey business in a box where you can try one of the peptides. You can try, just like I did, you can try all of the peptides. And from there, it looks like simple support, like what Heather is talking about. And Heather, if you don't mind, let's minimize the screen for just a minute because we like the real people, the real results. And we're going to give you some examples in just a minute of like some hypotheticals and what this could look like for your business. But let's just hear from some real people on this call. I know some of you have come to Make Wellness with experience and some of you haven't. And I want to give you a little sample of everybody who's brand new in this business because Make Wellness is such a brand new to market company. Let's hear just a few results. So I'd love to start with Julie because I think she has signal right now. And I was a little bit concerned about that. And little backstory on Julie, because I know she's probably not going to brag about herself or tell any of these things, but Julie was a little bit of a skeptic, but somebody who was interested in natural wellness. And Julie, do you mind when you unmute sharing a little bit about what your background was? And then tell us what you've been able to accomplish with the systems here at Make Wellness when you decided the products worked for you too.
Hi, you guys. My signal's always crazy. I kind of live in the country, but I used to be an office manager for a naturopathic doctor. I worked for her for almost 8 years, and we did try synthetic peptides. We tried semaglutide, and it was awful. It wasn't really natural or something that she even offered her patients, but we did try it, and it was awful. I left that job maybe about a year ago because I was over it. It was stressful. So, Hannah and I were talking about, we always talked about all the natural things and all that. And she told me about the peptides and I was like, heck yeah, I want to try them. So, I started trying them and I felt great. And I've just been sharing them. All the things like that Heather and Hannah and everybody are saying, it's easy. Everybody always thinks, oh, I'm not a salesman. I can't do that. I don't know what to say. But you don't have to know what to say. You just get on your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever, and you just talk about, look what I'm drinking, it comes across as real. Like the guy with the injuries, like he goes and tells his stories. I would way rather listen to that than like somebody that's just has a graphic and it's scripted, whatever. But it is nice that we have the results group too, so we can go in there and like grab, because like I'm trying to lose weight. That was kind of why I like started the peptides, but not everybody needs to lose weight. And there's so many things like Hannah's dad with his arthritis. I'm trying to talk my dad into taking them. But the results group, the board, I've never been like in a company. I've done direct sales before, but I've never been where they just have everything for you. Like on your phone, if someone asks you a question, you just go right to the boards app and it's like words to tell people and you find it, you click it, you send it to them. It's amazing. It's the best.
I love it. And Julie, I love how you show up on social media, and exactly what she was just talking about is what she's doing. Like mixing a peptide, this is content, and people watch what they consume it and they're getting addicted to hearing the results and the testimonies. And the results group that she just mentioned is another support element that you have here at Make Wellness. Love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I also want to hear from Christy, if she wants to take a moment to unmute. I heard a testimony in stories where we're all consuming stuff, right? From Christy, and I asked her to share that testimony with you guys tonight.
So I'm going to talk about money everybody's favorite topic, right? So my husband and I are getting ready to go on a big trip for our 40th anniversary. So I always go to like TJ Maxx, buy the $25 dress because I'm frugal. And I was shopping with my aunt last week and she pulled out this dress and said, "Oh, just try it on." She told me the price and I was like, "Okay, I am never going to pay that much money for a dress. I'm just not going to do it." She goes, "Just try it on." So I try it on. Of course, I love it. So I'm like, you know what? I just so it was right at the beginning of so it was at the beginning of this month. So I just got my bonus check and I thought, I deserve something nice for making this kind of money. And I tried it on. I get up to the cash register. It was more than what she had even told me it was. So had I even known how much it really was, I definitely would not have tried it on. But I do not have buyer's remorse. I am so thankful that I purchased it. Every time I put that on, it is going to make me feel like I paid for this with Make Wellness money. And the thing that is so great, I've done direct sales before, and in the last 2 companies that I've been in, I never made the amount of money that I made in 2 months with Make Wellness. It's just incredible. And all I did was follow the system. You sign up, you do the launch system, which they give you. Then once you finish that, you go to boot camp. Once you finish that, you rinse, repeat, and start over. It's amazing. So I'm so excited to wear the dress. I think I'm going to wear it first thing.
I love it. And on that Make Wellness incentive trip, because that's another amazing perk here, right? You guys, I love this so much because some people join for the mad money. Yeah, and that's absolutely totally okay to have guilt-free something that you can go out and treat yourself. I love it. Okay, so you heard from 2 people that both have experience in direct sales, a little bit from Julie and a little bit more experience from Christy. Let's go backwards and hear from somebody who this was their very first journey in direct sales. So Kristen, this one is for you. I'm anxious to hear her story and how she's been able to hit PA every single month, and that it's her very first go at direct sales.
Yeah, so I have been a registered nurse for 19 years and I've never done direct sales. I feel like I am quirky and awkward and I don't know how to talk to people who aren't patients. And so we decided to try. Actually, Toby encouraged me. And I will say one thing. I had heard about Make before Hannah mentioned it to me, and I didn't even realize I'd heard about it. And so sometimes I think it's refreshing to hear from somebody who's never done it because I'd seen it from a friend of mine that gets into a lot of direct sales things and she does amazing, but her body is amazing like all the time and always has been. And I was like, who's this? Like, I'm not getting into that. And then Hannah like came into my life, like with our homeschool kids, and to hear it like so natural and from a completely different perspective. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I was seeing before. And I didn't even realize because I wouldn't even give it the time of day. So sometimes I think it is refreshing to hear it from people who don't always do that. Also, I would never be able to do it without having the boards and to be able to copy and paste and send stuff. Somebody still struggles with that, but
I got it for sale.
he did. Good job. But yeah, and then honestly, and I don't know, hopefully this is a safe space, but we did vacation last month and we have slacked so much like the past couple weeks. It's just been so busy with our full-time jobs and vacation and kids. And so it's nice to see that we could still make that without even it could be so much more if we put so much more effort into it. And that's our goal, is to get back to that. So
I love it. And so powerful, you guys. And I know many of you maybe didn't put these dots together because we weren't looking for this when Toby was starting to share, but Toby's a full-time firefighter. Kristen is a full-time nurse. They homeschool their children. So if they can find the time to build a business like Make Wellness, I think that speaks a lot for the systems. It also speaks a lot to who they are. But every person has the time to plug in when systems are this good. I love it, guys. Thank you so much for sharing those. So let's go in and give you a little hypothetical situation of what this journey might look like for you. So let's say you decide, just like me, just like Heather, just like others who shared today, that you're ready to grab a launch box. It's not a mandatory thing, but we know that this is really powerful. We can click on there, Heather. Why do we love the launch box so much? Because the launch box is literally that turnkey business in the box. It gives you an unboxing experience. It gives you so many other perks that we're going to talk about here in just a minute, but you've grabbed your launch box. Now what you're going to do is turn and plug into all these systems that everybody has been talking about, right? So we're going to plug in and get you trained in about 30 minutes, which it's going to help you get your first sale. Okay, so we're back to, we've got the launch box. Now we've got the first sale. We've got a friend checking out Lean for the very first time. Now we have $538 in Circle sales. We're going to get to that in just a minute, but look what you've earned. You've already earned your first $100. Comes in daily pay. You're going to be getting your commissions, which is super awesome. Now you've got a little bit of sale under your belt. You're realizing how simple it is to turn around and plug right back into the systems. Christy gave you what that recipe looks like. It looks like we're going into the launch system, then we're going to go to PA in 30 days, then we're going to go into boot camp, wash, rinse, repeat every single day. You're never guessing what's going to happen in your business. It just takes 2 to 3 minutes to sit down and plug in. I like to listen in the car or even when I'm in the shower, so I know what the task is going to be to do, and then a simple system to plug in. So now you know how simple it was to gain the first customer. Gaining 3 or 4 more customers is super simple. And take a look at this Sell 2000. This is a key performance indicator in our business. This is where a minimum place to start in your business. And this is what Kristen and Toby just told you, how they were able to do it every single month since they've started with Make. So for 3 consecutive months with a full-time job and full-time homeschooling, they too are able to hit that premier affiliate. And take a look at what this grabs you. Not only are you earning $500 right away off the top, but you're also securing a $500 gift card to treat yourself. I know Christy likes to treat herself. You can put in the comments if you like to treat yourself too. This is truly guilt-free shopping, a gift card you have to spend, right? Disney, Nike, all of these stores on here, but plus also, what did we add? Did we add, no, we added another store. Nordstrom. I was going to say Nordstrom, and then I was like, oh. So Christy could even grab another dress for her European trip. All of those things are achievable when you hit PA within your first full month. So take a look at that, guys. $500 cash plus $500 gift card. That's 50% essentially of what you're gaining right there in your first month. So, but guess what? Rachel, that person who grabbed the box and got that first sale, she didn't have to do this alone because you're paid up to 40% on your personal production. But take a look at what personal production looks like. This isn't you alone. When you look over there at that circle, this is you. This is all of your customers and anybody else who's decided that, hey, this makes sense for them too. And they decide to hop into Make Wellness as well. So I love that Rachel didn't do that alone. She was able to count her sale plus her customer sale, plus any other direct affiliates, and keep powering through those different levels within that plan. So not only do you earn on circle sales, there are so many ways to earn with Make Wellness. So just as Heather mentioned before, whether you're looking to earn a little extra, $50 a month, or if you're looking for $100,000 a month, $500,000 a month, I even think is the marker that she talked about. Those things are all possible here at Make. And the really important thing I want to point out here is you do not have to build a team. So I know so many times that's one of those things as we're walking into something like social selling and you're here about sharing with friends and people wanting to hop in. Maybe that's not your jam. You don't have to do that to earn sizable income here at Make Wellness. If you decide to build a team, you're going to have a lot more fun. I promise you, the community is great. The fun is amazing. And there's so many rewarding things waiting for you on the other side of doing that. But also take a look at the bottom. We have incredible incentive trips as well. And I know everybody on here who's an affiliate is already working towards trips. We have one coming up in November. And then there's one, is it every 6 months, Heather? Is that what I hear? We're going to be traveling? I love it. So, this is the big idea that truly changes everything. It is the future of our wellness. I just love that what we're going to be looking at next is how to get started. So we're going to, what I want you to do is contact the person who invited you to this call tonight. It takes 30 seconds, 2 minutes tops to get enrolled as an affiliate. Then we're going to figure out which products you want to get started with. And maybe you heard something tonight that caused you to say, hey, you know what? I just want to try them all. And that when you're doing that, you can start with the Launchbox or Peak Performance on Subscribe and Save. My favorite is Launchbox plus Peak Performance on Subscribe and Save because it just makes sense. It's going to be an option that you're going to see. And then we're going to get you trained up in about 30 minutes with this onboarding system that we're all talking about that's ready and waiting for you to plug in. And this is going to help you get your first customer, maybe your first 2 customers. And then we're going to move into those next steps of the plans and you're going to start earning your commissions right away. Did we mention daily pay? I feel like we mentioned daily pay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it step by step, one day at a time with this incredible support that we have all talked about on this call. And based upon your goals, we're going to give you the exact plan that you need to scale your business to a level that's going to fit exactly what you're needing. So you guys, let's go make history together. Let's together lock arms and write the greatest story in wellness with the first to market bioactive precision peptides. Get with the person who invited you here tonight. We're so excited to welcome you on the other side. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. We love you guys, and we cannot wait to see you as a part of the team.